Let's get at it. Let's talk about the mastermind of the LA riots. Let's go.
When I was out in Los Angeles protesting the ICE deportations for the past few days, besides the fact that I got paid $150 to do so per day, I kept seeing signs everywhere that this was being funded by somebody much higher than the person that I had met. For instance, they would give us certain streets or certain targets to go to, and on those streets, there would be pallets of things that could cause destruction to the community. I am not joking. For instance, you turn a corner, boom, there's a pallet of bricks. Oh, that's convenient. Let's destroy the community. And y'all know me, I'm a good guy, but I truly do not care that much about the ICE deportations. I just wanted that $150 a day. But I got to thinking, man, whoever is funding this must really hate this country. So as time goes on while we're protesting and things evolve, they evolve in a lot more violent nature. For instance, instead of there being a pallet of bricks on the target neighborhood or target street that we are protesting on, it'll be a pallet of flammable objects. So it was at that moment when I saw that pallet of Molotov cocktails sitting on the ground, I thought, man, should I really be doing this? Like, this is bad news. This is going to get way worse. Now, I'm not from Los Angeles or live in Los Angeles, so I don't really care about destroying that community, but I'm American after all. Like, this is not good. Moral to the story is there are certain people in our government that wants us to go burn the local police station down, but in actuality, the corruption's at a much higher level.
Boxes of N95 masks being handed out to the protesters.
And a group of people handing out those masks, N95 masks, just in case.
Wow, that's crazy.
Pepper spray is used, because we ourselves have actually seen that been used today.
Or pallets of cinder blocks being delivered to the streets where the protesting is going on. Makes you almost question someone wants this to happen. Like someone is purposely backing this up financially. Because it ain't just one pallet. It's several pallets full of cinder blocks. People, they are trying to do to you again what they did back in the George Floyd riots. They are trying to create a narrative that people in this country are against the illegal immigration deportation. And that is 100% false. But the real question is, who are these characters that are financing this?
The agitators are throwing firebombs and Molotov cocktails, lighting vehicles ablaze, and attempting to infiltrate and occupy federal buildings wearing armor and face shields. The best money can buy, somebody's financing it. We're going to find out through Pam Bondi and Department of Justice who it is. They're already on it. Who's financing all this equipment? Very professional.
Senator Tulsi Gabbard just said that these riots in L.A. and all over the country are orchestrated. Can you tell us anything about that?
Yeah, I think that's absolutely right, Jesse. These aren't spontaneous at all. They're about as authentic as AstroTurf. They are bought and paid for flash mobs. And I want to know who's doing the buying and the paying. That's why today I've launched an investigation. I've sent multiple investigative demands today to various groups out on social media claiming they are paying for this. They are organizing it. They are financing it. We've all seen the videos of vans driving up, handing out gas masks right before somebody blows up a car. It's time we found out, where's the money coming from? Who's really behind this? I think the American people deserve answers. Meanwhile, they're out there blowing up cars on the 101. They're assaulting cops. They're rushing federal buildings. They're burning down shops. It's all on television. I mean, we can see it with our own eyes. I'm just glad Trump isn't letting the city burn. I mean, Gavin Newsom would allow his state to burn for the second time in a year. And the worst part is, somebody is paying for all of this, and they're trying to spread it, Jesse, just like you reported. They're trying to spread it across the country, to Chicago, to St. Louis, to Seattle, New York, everywhere. We got to figure out who is behind this. And by the way, why is the Democrat Party now basically an extended mental ward? I mean, what has happened to these people?
That's hilarious.
They're nuts. If these protesters want to have a place to protest, how about a nice jail cell? And right after that, how about a one-way ticket back to the country where they came from, never to see the United States again?
And if you look at some of the imagery that we have received from the Department of Homeland Security and ICE and law enforcement who are on the ground, you will see boxes and boxes of very professional professionalized masks and rioting equipment being dropped off for these protesters. So it's a good question the president is raising, and one we are looking into, about who is funding these insurrectionists and these rioters and these protesters and these illegal criminals. And I have updates for you on the numbers, by the way. Since June 6th, there have been 330 illegal aliens that have been arrested as part of these riots in Los Angeles. 113 of those illegal aliens had prior criminal convictions. And overall, and this includes arrests of American citizens, there's been 157 people arrested for assault and obstruction-related charges, including the attempted murder of a police officer with a Molotov cocktail. So who is funding these illegal aliens who are coming in with this very professional riot gear? It's a question everyone in this room who cares about truth should be asking.
Yeah, I mean, the money's got to come from somewhere, right? I mean, sure, it's hard to turn out several thousand people on any given night, and so you're going to have the water, the riot gear, the coordination to get out all these demonstrators. You have criminals, you have professional agitators, and activists who support a variety of left-wing issues, and they'll take any opportunity to bash the administration. So one group behind the demonstrations is CHIRLA, Coalition for Humane Immigrant Rights. The IRS document shows $34 million in government grants, including 3 from President Biden's DHS for $750 grand. President Trump cut that off. It also gets state and city grant money for lawyers to fight deportations. CHIRLA spends $10 million a year on salaries, including $200,000 for the director, Angelica Salas.
So we are asking that everybody that got arrested today be released. We want them in their houses with their families, with their children.
CHIRLA also founded the Rapid Response Network. That's the hotline immigrants use to report ICE raids. It will then text these alerts so immigrants can go hide and activists can stop ICE operations.
And so I was in a room yesterday morning, meeting with the immigrant rights organizations, and all of a sudden everybody's cell phones started blowing up. That's when we all heard about a raid that was taking place in Whittier.
So another organizer is SEIU. You see the purple there. They have 700,000 members. The union turns out big numbers. Others are simply there to bash capitalism.
We are the real workers. The working class is the one that builds this country. Yet it's the billionaires in power that continue to harass us and attack us and take absolutely everything from us.
Operation Healthy Hearts, according to the New York Post,
right here,
handed out face shields and riot gear to protesters. Now, their kits include a lawyer's phone number to get out of jail, and some of these groups could face prosecution for aiding and abetting.
They might think they're making the community safer, but they're not. And we won't put up with that, and we're going to take criminal action against those type of organizations.
So the bottom line is, Harris, California is loaded with nonprofits that feed off taxpayer money. They can turn on a crowd in minutes, and we're seeing that here, now that coordination in other cities.
So it's actually being funded by a billionaire by the name of Neville Singham. He's actually funding a group called the Party for Socialism and Liberation, which, if you look online, they are a communist organization. What they're doing is they are using Hispanic Americans the way that BLM used Black Americans during these riots, and frankly, the way that Code Pink, which is also funded by the CCP, is using Palestinians. So what they're trying to do is they're using this to usher in Marxism. But it's important to note that actually when you find and you follow the money trail, Mr. Singham is actually largely funded by the Communist Chinese Party. So House Oversight has issued and will be sending a letter this Friday with all members of Oversight calling Mr. Singham to testify before Congress. If he does not appear and does not provide documents, he will then be held in contempt of Congress, and he will be prosecuted by the Department of Justice. We are not playing. This is a different administration. We have the Department of Justice, and if you interfere with American politics and are a foreign agent, you will be held accountable. Remember, this is a color revolution, right? They're using these immigrants as a guise for their real objective and goal here. And frankly, it's nothing different than what happened in the Summer of Love during the BLM riots right before the election. They're doing the same thing before the midterms. And Democrats are trying to get the Hispanic vote. So that's why they're using Mexican flags.
All right. So as we're watching the unfolding of these riots, protests, whatever you want to call them, I call them just outright rebellion and insurrection, but hey, do what you do. As we're watching that, just be mindful. Just think about it. Like, where is the money coming from? Because we always talk about billionaires are supporting Trump, but are there not billionaires supporting this? Let's talk about it. Walmart, they're supporting this. So as you're watching this, just be mindful and then ask yourself, what's the end goal? Why would billionaires and such of that nature, why would these shadow organizations want this type of behavior to happen in United States streets, in our streets? Why would they want that? That's something for you to think about. So down in the comments, let me know what you're thinking. What are your thoughts? Had you seen any of these riots up close? Do you know anybody that's been negatively affected by the raids? Anything like that? Comment down below. Let's keep that conversation going. I love to have it down there with y'all. So if you don't mind, do that, hit that like button, and I'll see you all real soon. Grace and peace.